Motivation is a fleeting spark, a burst of energy that often fizzles out when we need it most. Imagine waking up, staring at that daunting goal and feeling overwhelmed. What if I told you that the secret isn't in chasing motivation, but in cultivating discipline? Picture this: a soldier preparing for battle not because he feels inspired, but because he knows the mission demands it. Discipline is the backbone of success. It's the quiet strength that pushes you forward when motivation wanes. Can you recall a moment when you chose to stick to a routine, even when your enthusiasm was nowhere to be found? That's where the magic happens. It's in those small, consistent actions that we forge our path to greatness. Think about it. How many times have you let a lack of motivation derail your plans? What if, instead, you leaned into discipline? What if you transformed your life by embracing the grind? This isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, day after day, regardless of how you feel. So, let's dive deeper into this concept and uncover how discipline can be your ultimate ally. Are you ready to reshape your journey? Let's go. If you're looking for more emotional balance, clarity in decision-making, and want to learn how to handle life better, this content is for you. So go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because with each video you'll grow stronger on the inside and see life with greater wisdom. Difference between motivation and discipline. Definitions and concepts. When I think about motivation and discipline, I can't help but see them as two sides of the same coin. Motivation is that initial spark, the exciting rush that propels you to start a new project or chase a dream. It feels electric, like the first day of summer vacation when anything feels possible. However, motivation can be fleeting. It's like a wave that crashes and recedes, leaving you wondering where that energy went. I've experienced this firsthand. I've started many projects fueled by high hopes, only to find my enthusiasm waning after a week or two. Discipline, on the other hand, is a steadfast companion. It's the commitment to keep going even when the initial excitement has faded. Discipline is what gets me out of bed early to work on my goals, even when my motivation is low. It's not about feeling excited, it's about doing what needs to be done regardless of how I feel. I've learned that while motivation can ignite the fire, discipline is what keeps it burning. It's like the reliable engine of a train that moves forward steadily, regardless of the weather outside. In essence, motivation can be seen as the why behind our actions, the reason we want to achieve something. Meanwhile, discipline is the how, the structured approach we take to achieve those goals. When I'm motivated, I might jump into a new endeavor with both feet, but it's discipline that helps me create a plan, set milestones, and follow through. I've come to realize that recognizing the difference between these two concepts is crucial for anyone looking to achieve long-term success. The interplay between motivation and discipline can be perplexing. I've found that motivation can sometimes lead to unrealistic expectations. I might feel supercharged and think I can accomplish everything in a day, only to crash when reality sets in. Discipline tempers those expectations. It teaches me to break my goals down into manageable chunks and approach them steadily. This balance has been pivotal in my journey. Understanding when to ride the wave of motivation and when to rely on my discipline keeps me grounded. Ultimately, I've learned that both motivation and discipline are necessary for success, but they serve different purposes. Motivation can get the ball rolling, but it's discipline that ensures it keeps rolling. I've come to appreciate the rhythm between the two, realizing that on days when motivation is scarce, it's my discipline that will carry me through, reminding me of the goals I've set and the importance of seeing them to fruition. The fleeting nature of motivation, why it varies over time. Life is a roller coaster of emotions, isn't it? One minute I'm riding high on motivation and the next I'm in a slump, questioning everything. I often wonder why my motivation fluctuates so much. Sometimes it feels like a light switch. On one day I can't wait to tackle a project and on another I struggle to even open my laptop. This inconsistency is something I've grappled with over the years. One reason motivation is so ephemeral is that it's often tied to external factors. For instance, I might feel inspired after attending a powerful seminar or reading an impactful book. But as the days turn into weeks, that initial spark can dim as life's daily grind takes over. I've learned that waiting for motivation to strike is a risky game. It can leave me stagnant and unproductive. Understanding that motivation can be influenced by my environment, emotions, and even the people I'm surrounded by has helped me take a more proactive approach. Additionally, I've come to realize that motivation can be affected by my physical and mental state. On days when I'm well rested and in a good mood, I'm more likely to feel motivated. However, when I'm tired or stressed, that motivation can evaporate like mist in the morning sun. It's a lesson in self-care. Prioritizing my well-being can significantly impact my motivation levels. I find that when I take care of myself, physically, emotionally, and mentally, I'm better equipped to harness my motivation and use it effectively. Another aspect of motivation's fleeting nature is the challenge of maintaining momentum. I've experienced the excitement of starting a new venture, but as the novelty wears off, it's easy to lose interest. This is why having a plan is essential. I've learned that setting small, achievable goals can create a sense of accomplishment that fuels my motivation to keep going. It's about breaking down larger tasks into bite-sized pieces, so I can celebrate the small wins along the way. Ultimately, I've accepted that fluctuations in motivation are a normal part of life. Rather than fighting against it, I've learned to adapt. On low motivation days, I lean into my discipline and remind myself of the goals I've set. I've come to appreciate that motivation might come and go, but my commitment to my discipline is what will ultimately lead me to success. How discipline becomes a habit. Steps to building routines. Building discipline isn't about a magical transformation. It's a gradual process, much like forming any habit. When I decided to cultivate discipline in my life, I knew I had to start small. One of the first steps I took was to establish a morning routine. I realized that how I started my day set the tone for everything else. By waking up at the same time every day, I began to create a sense of structure in my life that felt comforting. I also found that consistency is key. At first, it was challenging to stick to my new routine. There were days when I wanted to hit the snooze button or skip my planned workout. However, I reminded myself that discipline is built through repetition. I committed to showing up for myself even when I didn't feel like it. Over time, those small actions began to compound, and I found myself naturally gravitating towards my routines without as much mental resistance. Another important step in building discipline is setting clear and achievable goals. I learned that vague aspirations often lead to frustration. Instead, I focused on specific, measurable objectives. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," I set a goal to exercise for 30 minutes, 5 times a week. This clarity made it easier for me to take actionable steps toward my goals, reinforcing my discipline in the process. I also discovered the power of accountability. Sharing my goals with friends or family created a support system that encouraged me to stick to my commitments. When I knew someone else was aware of my goals, it added an extra layer of motivation to follow through. I found that having an accountability partner not only helped me stay on track but also made the journey more enjoyable. As I continued to build my routines and discipline, I realized that it's not just about the actions themselves but also about cultivating a mindset of self-compassion. There were days when I stumbled or didn't meet my expectations, and instead of berating myself, I learned to treat those moments as opportunities for growth. Embracing this mindset has made the process of developing discipline feel less daunting and more like a journey of self-discovery. The role of discipline in achieving long-term goals. When I reflect on my long-term goals, it's clear that discipline plays a crucial role in reaching them. It's easy to dream big and envision my future, but the reality is that those dreams require consistent effort and dedication. I've learned that setting long-term goals without a plan for discipline is like setting sail without a map. I might have a destination in mind, but I'll easily get lost along the way. Discipline acts as the bridge between where I am now and where I want to be. It helps me break down those lofty aspirations into actionable steps. For instance, when I decided to pursue a degree, I knew it wouldn't happen overnight. I had to commit to studying regularly, attending classes, and completing assignments. It was my discipline that kept me focused, even during challenging times when the workload felt overwhelming. Moreover, I've discovered that discipline helps me navigate obstacles that inevitably arise on the path to my goals. There have been moments when life threw unexpected challenges my way, whether it was personal setbacks or professional hurdles. In those instances, it was my disciplined approach that allowed me to adapt and find solutions rather than giving up. I learned that resilience is a product of discipline. It's about staying committed to my goals, even when the journey gets tough. Another aspect of discipline in achieving long-term goals is the importance of patience. I've realized that significant achievements take time, and there are no shortcuts. Discipline teaches me to embrace the journey rather than just focusing on the end result. I've come to appreciate the small victories along the way, recognizing that each step forward, no matter how minor, contributes to my overall progress. In essence, discipline is the foundation upon which I build my long-term aspirations. It instills in me a sense of purpose and direction. As I consistently work towards my goals, I find that the discipline I cultivate not only leads to tangible achievements but also fosters personal growth and resilience. I've learned to embrace the process, knowing that each disciplined action brings me closer to realizing my dreams. The importance of self-discipline in personal and professional life. Self-discipline is a skill that has far-reaching implications for both my personal and professional life. It's about making choices that align with my values and goals, even when temptations or distractions arise. I've come to appreciate that cultivating self-discipline is one of the most empowering things I can do for myself. It not only helps me stay focused on my objectives but also enhances my overall well-being. In my personal life, self-discipline plays a pivotal role in maintaining healthy habits. Whether it's adhering to a balanced diet, exercising regularly, or setting aside time for self-care, my discipline helps me prioritize my health. I've learned that these choices have a compound effect. By consistently making small, disciplined decisions, I've noticed strategies for developing discipline in various areas of life. Developing discipline isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. It varies depending on the area of your life you're focusing on. For instance, when it comes to physical fitness, setting specific, measurable goals can be incredibly effective. Instead of saying, "I want to get fit," try something more concrete like, "I'll work out for 30 minutes every day." This clarity not only helps in tracking progress but also makes it easier to commit to your routine. Writing these goals down can serve as a constant reminder, anchoring your intentions. Another strategy involves breaking larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This method can prevent overwhelm and make it easier to maintain focus. If you aspire to read more books, for example, don't aim to finish an entire novel in one sitting. Instead, set a goal of reading a chapter a day. This approach not only builds discipline over time but also makes the process enjoyable rather than daunting. Creating a schedule can also significantly enhance your discipline. When you allocate specific time slots for various tasks, you're less likely to procrastinate. This could mean blocking out time for study, exercise, or even leisure activities like reading. Sticking to a timeline creates a sense of accountability, making it harder to stray from your commitments. Moreover, accountability partners can be a game changer. Sharing your goals with friends or family can instill a sense of responsibility. When someone else is aware of your ambitions, you're less likely to abandon them. Setting up regular check-ins or progress updates can keep both parties motivated, making discipline feel like a shared journey rather than a solitary struggle. Lastly, practicing self-compassion is crucial in your discipline journey. You're bound to face setbacks, and that's perfectly normal. Instead of allowing a slip-up to derail your efforts, view it as a learning opportunity. Acknowledging that discipline is a process rather than a destination fosters resilience and encourages you to stick with your goals in the long run. The relationship between discipline and resistance to procrastination. Procrastination is often seen as the enemy of productivity, and discipline is its greatest ally. When you cultivate discipline, you create a framework that makes it easier to resist the urge to put things off. This relationship is particularly evident in how discipline encourages action, even when motivation wanes. By establishing a routine, you eliminate the mental debate of whether to start a task or not. You've already decided that you will. Understanding the triggers that lead to procrastination can also aid in developing discipline. Many people procrastinate due to fear of failure or feeling overwhelmed. By breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable steps, you can combat these feelings. When the task at hand feels achievable, the likelihood of procrastination diminishes. Discipline helps reinforce this mindset, making it easier to take that first step. Another important aspect is the role of time management in resisting procrastination. When you allocate specific times for tasks, you create urgency and focus that can counteract procrastination tendencies. Techniques like the Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break, can keep your mind engaged while also providing necessary rest. This structured approach is a manifestation of discipline that directly combats the inclination to delay. Moreover, self-discipline builds confidence over time. Each time you resist the temptation to procrastinate, you reinforce a positive feedback loop. You start to see yourself as someone who follows through on commitments, which can motivate you to tackle even bigger challenges without delay. This shift in self-perception is a powerful motivator, making the act of starting less daunting and more appealing. Lastly, reflecting on the consequences of procrastination can strengthen your resolve. When you take the time to evaluate how delaying tasks affects your life, whether it's increased stress, missed deadlines, or diminished quality of work, you'll likely find that the costs outweigh the temporary comfort of procrastination. This realization can serve as a catalyst for building discipline and creating a proactive mindset. The influence of environment on discipline, creating a propitious space. The environment you inhabit plays a significant role in your ability to cultivate discipline. A cluttered, chaotic space can lead to distractions that undermine your efforts. On the other hand, a well-organized and inspiring environment can serve as a backdrop that fosters focus and determination. Take a moment to assess your surroundings. Are they conducive to the discipline you wish to build? If not, it might be time for a change. Creating a designated workspace can be a highly effective strategy. Whether it's a home office, a corner of your living room, or a favorite cafe, having a consistent space for focused work helps signal to your brain that it's time to get down to business. Personalizing this space with motivational quotes, plants, or photos of loved ones can enhance your emotional connection to it, making it a more inviting area for productivity. Additionally, minimizing distractions is crucial for maintaining discipline. This can mean putting away your phone, using website blockers, or even setting boundaries with others in your living space. Communicating your need for uninterrupted time can help others respect your focus periods. By consciously designing your environment to limit interruptions, you set yourself up for success. Your social environment also matters. Surrounding yourself with disciplined individuals can inspire and motivate you to stay on track. Whether it's friends who share similar goals or mentors who have achieved success, these influences can reinforce your commitment to discipline. Engaging in discussions about your goals and challenges can also provide support and accountability, further enhancing your capacity to maintain focus. Finally, consider the impact of your digital environment. In an age where information is at our fingertips, it's easy to get lost in the online world. Curating your digital space by following accounts and subscribing to content that aligns with your goals can keep you inspired and focused. Limiting exposure to distractions, like social media or news, can free up mental space and energy for the tasks that matter most, making it easier to cultivate discipline across all areas of your life. The connection between discipline and mental health. How routine affects well-being. Discipline and mental health are intricately connected, often influencing each other in profound ways. Establishing a routine can provide a sense of stability and predictability that is beneficial for mental well-being. When life feels chaotic or overwhelming, having a structured daily schedule can create a comforting framework. This predictability can significantly reduce anxiety and provide a sense of control over one's life. Moreover, the act of following through on commitments, no matter how small, can boost self-esteem. Each time you complete a task, you reinforce a positive self-image, which can act as a buffer against negative feelings. This positive feedback loop can be especially crucial during tough times when motivation may be lacking. By maintaining discipline, you build a reservoir of confidence that can help you face challenges more effectively. Exercise is a prime example of how discipline impacts mental health. Regular physical activity has been shown to release endorphins, the body's natural mood lifters. When you commit to a workout routine, you not only improve your physical health but also enhance your mental well-being. The discipline required to maintain this routine can lead to greater resilience, making it easier to cope with stress and adversity. Furthermore, discipline can help in managing time effectively, which is often a significant source of stress. When you allocate time for work, leisure, and self-care, you create a balanced life that can alleviate feelings of being overwhelmed. This balance is crucial for mental health, as it allows for moments of relaxation and enjoyment, countering the pressures of daily responsibilities. Finally, discipline promotes mindfulness and presence. Engaging fully in tasks, whether it's work, hobbies, or even household chores, requires focus and attention. This mindfulness can reduce rumination and negative thought patterns, further enhancing mental health. When you practice discipline in your daily life, you not only improve your productivity but also nurture a healthier, more balanced mind. Examples of historical figures who exemplified discipline in their achievements. History is replete with examples of individuals whose discipline led to remarkable achievements. One such figure is Thomas Edison, whose relentless pursuit of innovation changed the world. Edison famously said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." His disciplined approach to experimentation, often working long hours and facing countless failures, exemplifies how dedication can lead to groundbreaking success. Edison's story serves as a reminder that discipline often outweighs raw talent in the pursuit of greatness. Another noteworthy example is Maya Angelou, whose life and work were marked by immense discipline. Despite facing numerous personal challenges, she maintained a strict writing routine, often waking up at dawn to write in a hotel room away from distractions. This commitment to her craft not only produced timeless literature but also solidified her legacy as a powerful voice for social justice. Angelou's discipline in her writing process underscores the importance of commitment in achieving one's goals. Nelson Mandela is also a prime illustration of discipline in action. His unwavering commitment to justice and equality, even during his 27 years in prison, reflects an extraordinary level of self-discipline. Mandela's ability to remain focused on his goals helped him emerge as a leader who would inspire millions. His journey demonstrates how discipline can fuel resilience and purpose, ultimately leading to transformative change. In the realm of science, Marie Curie stands out as a beacon of discipline. Her groundbreaking work in radioactivity was not only pioneering but also required immense dedication and perseverance. Curie's disciplined approach to her research led her to become the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person to win in 2 different scientific fields. Her commitment to her work serves as an inspiring example of how discipline can drive innovation and discovery. Lastly, consider the life of Winston Churchill, whose disciplined leadership during World War II was crucial to the Allies' success. His ability to remain steadfast in the face of adversity, coupled with his disciplined approach to communication and strategy, rallied nations and inspired hope. Churchill's life exemplifies how discipline in leadership can lead to significant historical outcomes, showcasing that the power of discipline extends far beyond personal achievement. The discipline as a tool for overcoming challenges and adversities. Discipline can often feel like a daunting concept, especially when faced with life's numerous challenges. But let me tell you, it can also be your greatest ally. When things get tough, it's the discipline that keeps you grounded, reminding you of your goals and the steps you need to take to reach them. Life throws curveballs, whether they be personal, professional, or health-related. In those moments, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and lose sight of what you set out to achieve. However, discipline acts as a stabilizing force, providing the structure necessary to navigate through difficulties. Think of discipline as your internal compass. When the seas of life become stormy, that compass doesn't waver. It directs you back to the course you intended. For instance, during a challenging work project, when deadlines loom and stress levels rise, maintaining discipline in your work habits can significantly affect your ability to push through. Instead of succumbing to panic, discipline encourages you to break down tasks, manage your time effectively, and remain focused on delivering results. This approach not only alleviates pressure but also enhances your problem-solving capabilities. Moreover, discipline fosters resilience. It's not just about sticking to a schedule, it's about cultivating the mental toughness to face setbacks and keep moving forward. This resilience is especially vital in personal challenges, such as health issues or family problems. When you have the discipline to maintain your routines, whether it's exercising regularly, eating healthy, or simply taking time for self-care, you build a foundation of strength. This foundation allows you to tackle adversities with a clearer mind and a more determined spirit. In many ways, the act of overcoming challenges is a testament to your disciplined mindset. Each time you face adversity and choose to persist, you reinforce your ability to handle future obstacles. This creates a positive feedback loop. The more you utilize discipline to conquer difficulties, the more confident you become in your ability to do so again. It's like a muscle that grows stronger with each workout. Each challenge you overcome is a victory that fuels your determination for the next one. Ultimately, embracing discipline as a tool for overcoming challenges requires a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing discipline as a restrictive force, see it as a means of empowerment. It allows you to take control of your circumstances, enabling you to transform challenges into opportunities for growth. When you approach life's hurdles with this mindset, you not only enhance your personal development but also inspire those around you to adopt the same resilient attitude. Techniques for self-control: how to maintain discipline in difficult situations. Self-control is an essential aspect of maintaining discipline, especially when the going gets tough. It's one thing to have a plan, but it's another to stick to it when faced with distractions or temptations. Developing techniques for self-control can significantly enhance your ability to maintain discipline, ensuring that you stay on course even when the odds seem stacked against you. One effective technique is the practice of mindfulness. By being present in the moment, you can recognize when your focus begins to waver and take proactive steps to redirect your attention. Another method is the use of visual reminders. Creating a physical representation of your goals can serve as a powerful motivator. Whether it's a vision board, sticky notes with affirmations around your workspace, or even a simple checklist, these reminders can help keep your objectives at the forefront of your mind. When faced with the temptation to stray from your goals, a quick glance at these visual cues can rekindle your commitment and reinforce your self-control. Setting small, achievable milestones is another effective technique for maintaining discipline. When you break your larger goals into smaller tasks, you create a series of manageable challenges that can be tackled one at a time. This not only makes the overall goal feel less daunting but also provides a sense of accomplishment as you complete each step. Celebrating these small victories can boost your motivation and strengthen your self-control, making it easier to stick to your discipline in the long run. Accountability can also play a crucial role in enhancing self-control. Sharing your goals with a trusted friend, family member, or mentor can create a support system that encourages you to stay disciplined. When others know about your commitments, you may feel more inclined to follow through. This external motivation can be especially helpful in difficult situations when your resolve might be wavering. Lastly, developing a routine can significantly bolster your self-control. By establishing a daily schedule that incorporates your goals, you create a framework that supports your discipline. When actions become habitual, they require less mental effort, allowing you to focus your energy on overcoming challenges. Consistency is key, and a well-structured routine can make self-discipline feel more natural, even in the face of adversity. The importance of commitment and responsibility in practicing discipline. Commitment and responsibility are two pillars that uphold the practice of discipline. Without a strong commitment to your goals, it's easy to let life's distractions derail your efforts. Commitment is about more than just intention, it's a promise you make to yourself. When you truly commit to your objectives, you cultivate a deep-rooted motivation that drives you forward, even in the face of obstacles. This commitment acts as a guiding star, reminding you of why you embarked on your journey in the first place. Responsibility, on the other hand, is about owning your actions and choices. It's easy to blame external circumstances for our failures, but true discipline comes from taking responsibility for your progress. When you acknowledge that your success or failure is a result of your actions, you empower yourself to make the necessary changes. This mindset shift is crucial for developing discipline because it encourages you to take an active role in your journey. Integrating commitment and responsibility into your daily life can be transformative. For instance, if you set a goal to improve your fitness, it's essential to commit to that goal wholeheartedly. This means not only planning your workouts but also taking responsibility for your nutrition and recovery. When you view these aspects as interconnected, you strengthen your overall discipline and increase your chances of success. Moreover, holding yourself accountable to your commitments fosters a sense of integrity. When you consistently follow through on your promises, whether to yourself or to others, you build trust in your ability to discipline yourself. This trust is invaluable. It creates a positive feedback loop where success breeds confidence, and confidence fuels further commitment. When you see that you can rely on yourself, maintaining discipline becomes a more natural process. In a team setting, commitment and responsibility take on an additional layer of importance. When you commit to a shared goal with colleagues, your individual discipline can have a ripple effect on the group. By taking responsibility for your contributions, you not only enhance your own performance but also inspire others to elevate theirs. This collective commitment fosters a culture of discipline that can lead to greater achievements for everyone involved. The relationship between discipline and productivity. How to maximize results. Discipline is intricately tied to productivity, the two go hand in hand. When you cultivate discipline in your daily routines, you create an environment that allows for maximum efficiency and output. It's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter. By establishing a disciplined approach, you can streamline your tasks, prioritize what truly matters, and eliminate distractions that hinder your progress. One of the key ways to maximize productivity through discipline is by setting clear goals. When you know exactly what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to break down your tasks and allocate your time effectively. Discipline helps you adhere to these goals, ensuring that you stay focused on the most important activities that drive results. Without a disciplined approach, it's all too easy to get sidetracked by less critical tasks that consume your time and energy. Time management is another crucial aspect of the discipline-productivity relationship. When you practice discipline, you are more likely to plan your day effectively, allocating specific time slots for different tasks. This structured approach not only enhances your productivity but also reduces stress levels. By knowing what you need to accomplish and when, you can maintain a steady pace, avoiding the last-minute rush that often leads to subpar results. Additionally, discipline encourages the development of routines that can significantly enhance productivity. By establishing consistent habits, you train your mind and body to operate efficiently. For example, starting your day with a set routine can set a positive tone and prepare you for a productive day ahead. When certain tasks become habitual, they require less cognitive effort, allowing you to focus on more complex challenges that demand your full attention. Finally, discipline fosters a mindset of continuous improvement. When you are committed to maximizing your productivity, you are more likely to reflect on your processes and identify areas for enhancement. This self-assessment is a crucial component of discipline, as it pushes you to adapt and grow. By continually striving for better results, you not only increase your immediate productivity but also set the stage for long-term success. Discipline in the context of teamwork: how to influence and motivate others. Discipline in teamwork is often the unsung hero behind successful collaborations. When individuals within a team exhibit discipline, it creates a culture that fosters accountability and motivation. As a team member, your discipline can inspire others, creating a ripple effect that elevates the entire group's performance. It's not merely about individual contributions, it's about how your disciplined approach can positively influence your colleagues. To begin with, leading by example is one of the most powerful ways to motivate others. When your teammates see your dedication and commitment to your responsibilities, they are more likely to follow suit. This principle applies across various team dynamics, from sports teams to corporate environments. When everyone witnesses the benefits of discipline, such as increased efficiency and reduced stress, they become more inclined to adopt similar habits. Communication also plays a vital role in fostering discipline within a team. Openly discussing your goals, challenges, and strategies can create an atmosphere of transparency. When team members feel comfortable sharing their struggles and successes, it cultivates a sense of shared responsibility. This collaborative environment encourages everyone to hold each other accountable, reinforcing the disciplined approach necessary for achieving team objectives. Furthermore, recognizing and celebrating the discipline of others is key. As we wrap up this journey, let's take a moment to reflect. Motivation can be fleeting, can't it? One day you're pumped up and the next it's like the energy just fizzled out. But discipline? That's your steadfast companion. It's the quiet strength that pushes you forward, even when motivation takes a backseat. Think about it. What are the small, disciplined actions you can take today that will lead to big changes tomorrow? Are you ready to embrace the grind, to show up for yourself when the excitement fades away? Ask yourself, what does discipline look like in your life? Imagine waking up every day with a purpose, knowing that your actions align with your goals. Picture the version of you that others admire, not because of fleeting motivation but because of unwavering discipline. So, as you step back into your daily routine, I challenge you, commit to one disciplined action. Just one. Share it in the comments below. Let's build a community that thrives on discipline over motivation. And remember, every small step counts. What will yours be? Keep pushing forward, keep questioning, and keep growing. The journey doesn't end here, it's just the beginning.